The following is a presentation of KSL Sports. First and 12. A total roundup of BYU and Utah football and the expanded Big 12 Conference. Brought to you by Macy's Grocery Stores. Your hosts are Mitch Harper and Alex Kirry on KSL News Radio and the KSL Sports Zone.
Utah takes down Baylor 23-12. Utes improved to 2-0 on the season. Mitch Harper, Alex Kirry with you here on First and 12 this Sunday morning. Hope all of you are having a fantastic weekend as we're getting into the heart of football season now. Weather's turning. It feels like we're settling into the fall season, and Utah is kind of in mid-season form with their defense. Offensively, I think there's still some areas they'd like to improve, probably in the run game. Mike Mitchell, he went down with an injury in that game, which was something to monitor. How, everyone's talking about Cam Rising's hand, but, Mitchell goes down. He got carted off. So that'll be something to monitor going forward as far as depth at that running back position, which is an area they're trying to improve. And head coach Kyle Whittingham spoke on, recapping the Baylor win and what's next for the Utes.
Fairly early, and we just lost our momentum. Credit Baylor, they hung in there, made some plays, kept fighting. Certainly when Cam left the game, that was a downer for us, but the world can't stop turning when Cam exits a game, and we got to keep playing, which we did, but we got to be productive, which we were not real productive after that. So we'll continue to figure that out. Isaac, I thought, did a nice job. Didn't turn the ball over, completed some balls. That one drive, second to last drive, where we converted 3 or 4 first downs. That was really the key to putting the game away, is to burn that 6 or 7 minutes off the clock that we did. And so, but the real key to the game, one reason we won the football game, is our defense. Defense played lights out. They only got 223 yards a total of 12 first downs, which in this day and age of college football, that's outstanding defense. Blocked a field goal with our defensive block unit, returned it for a touchdown. So they not only kept Baylor in check, they scored and helped our cause in that regard. Still not running the football as well as we need to, as well as we can. About like last week, just under 5 yards of carry, somewhere in the 175-yard range. Still need to try to get more takeaways. We did get the strip sack, which set the offense up on the 4 or 5 yard line, which was a big play. And so really, between that and the block field goal for a touchdown, defense really was responsible for 14 points. So again, they were the player of the game. We have a player of the game after each game, and the defense collectively was our player of the game. So Cam, can't give you an answer right now on his availability. Just been told it's not real serious. That's the only. What I know now. It wasn't real serious, and can't tell you the exact description of what happened. But he should. He may be back this week. We'll see. But other than that, we got to do a little better job of spreading the ball around, getting the ball to our playmakers. Dorian Singer's a heck of a receiver. Brant Keithy, one of the top receiving tight ends in the country. We got to feature him a little bit more. And so there's things we got to work on if we want to get to where we want to be. That we have to work on and improve. So questions?
Kyle, if Cam isn't able to go, what do you need to do to kind of help Isaac move that along?
Well, today's experience, as well as last week's, was really good for him. To me, he looked much more comfortable, much more in charge today than he did last week, at least his first series or two, and that's to be expected. That was his first college experience last week, but threw some good balls, threw a real nice ball to money, and didn't turn the ball over, like I said. If he is going to be a quarterback, then he's got an outstanding ability to run the football as well. So we'd have to look at maximizing that. But for him, he's just reps. He just needs to accrue reps. He's getting all the 2 reps in practice, and so he is taking steps forward. And he's our guy. He's the number 2 guy, clearly right now. And so that's where we're at with Isaac.
What did you see on the play where Cam did get injured?
Yeah, I didn't see. I wasn't obviously it was on the other side of the field, but it looked like it certainly was a possible late hit situation or unnecessary roughness situation. I can't say because I didn't get a good enough look. We'll watch the film and see what we think. What do you think? You probably got a better look than I do.
It was late.
Late? Oh, there you go. So, yeah, but I'll have to reserve judgment till I get to see it.
Pass rush came alive today with Connor O'Toole. What did you see from them? What did you like about that?
Connor O'Toole is he's a tremendous athlete. Came to us as a receiver. He's I think he was the state high hurdle champion in New Mexico. I mean, he's a great athlete, and we recruited him with the intention that he would grow into either a tight end or a defensive end. Gained 40 pounds, moved to D end, and he's just got explosive get off. As an edge player, your number one asset has got to be your get off. That's the number one thing you look for in an edge player. He's got a tremendous get off. He's explosive, and he's a relentless player. His motor never stops, and so he's going to fight you the whole 60 minutes. I thought Van Fillinger played really well, and one of the big plays of the game when he hawked that quarterback down, when the quarterback kept it, he burst and hit a gear that I didn't think he had, and got that guy down, and that was a huge play there. Special teams was disappointing. You know, we need to be better on special teams. We missed 2 very makeable field goals. We botched a PAT, had a couple touchbacks on punt. You shouldn't have a couple touchbacks all year, let alone in one game. And so there's things to work on there. We got to coach it better. We got to coach that better and be more effective. Their punter was outstanding, but he was out kicking coverage, and it was a shame we couldn't get something set up and get something going there because we had space, but we just never really got anything going in the punt return game. So, but that we got to be better at special teams. That's one of our priorities going into this next game.
Colin, what's the status of Mike Mitchell, and if you don't have him in that room, what do you feel like you guys need to do to continue to improve?
He should be fine. He's got some little nagging things that have bugged him throughout fall camp. He wasn't able to practice real effectively until Wednesday or Thursday of this past week, but hopefully Mike is going to be in the room all season long, and he's got to get these things healed up, and between him, Mackay, Duty, Dijon Stanley gives us some good reps, and Charlie Vincent gave us a couple nice runs today. So again, it's by committee, which isn't all bad, but Mackay, the closest thing we have to a lead back right now is Mackay Bernard.
Is there a reason Jalen Glover didn't get touches?
Just wasn't in the plan today. Just wasn't in the plan, and no specific reason other than we had those other guys penciled in for what we were doing.
Can you just speak on Teo's performance today? He was just kind of all over the place, especially, and then that field goal touchdown.
Exactly. Teo Johnson's a big play guy. He's the one that, as you mentioned, returned the block punt or the block field goal for a touchdown. He's got great speed. We don't want to have to move him from safety to nickel or corner because that reduces his freedom and what he can do for us. And Scooby Davis did a really nice job in Kenan Johnson's absence, number 9, the corner opposite of Zamaya Vaughn. And if he continues to play like that, then we're going to be in good shape. And so that'll allow us to continue to leave Teo at safety. And where you saw him do is, what he did today. He's all over the place. He's got 4.4, maybe 4.38 speed, and he's 200 pounds, athletic, and tough. He's really tough. So we're excited about that.
If Cam isn't able to go against Utah State, will Isaac be the starter for that game, or will it be?
Unless you think someone else should start. I don't know. I'm thinking Isaac personally. Yep. And we'll have to see who his backup will be. That will be a contested situation. But Isaac, he would be our guy if Cam can't go, and I don't see that changing.
Your offensive line was their first matchup with a power school, at least with those 4 guys as one. How do you feel about their push up front and facing off with Dave Aranda's? Hot and
cold. We opened up some gashing runs there for a while, and then it was tough sledding for a while. It was not consistently as good as we need to be. And same thing on the pass rush. At times we protected well, but at times we had early pressure in the throw game, and so. Those 2 young tackles, they're exceptional athletes, and they're going to be great. By the time it's all over with, they'll be great. But they're just, a true freshman or a redshirt freshman and a true sophomore, and so they're still learning. But they have the athleticism and all the tools you need to be phenomenal players, and they're on their way to that end.
Are those issues coming from more ability, or is it pre-snap stuff, recognition? More
the latter, pre-snap stuff, and just identifying fronts and responsibilities and passing off twists and twist games and that type of thing, and that'll come. The inside 3 are much more experienced. Well, I shouldn't say that because Tanoa, the left guard, he's a first-year starter. He's been in the program a lot longer, but we believe in that offensive line. And I believe they're going to continue to get better and better as the season. Is that a handlebar mustache? All right, I'm digging it. It's nice. Okay. Did someone say last question or not? Oh, that's it. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Look at that, Mitch. Witt's gotten a lot more comfortable with the media. Look at that. He does it on his own terms. He basically he makes a joke. Is that a handlebar mustache? And he goes, I'm out, everybody. Good night. he's like stand up. You know, you'll see him at the Improv when he retires in a couple of years. So there you go. Yeah, they escape with the win. You could tell there's a feeling of, and maybe it's just him being the leader, trying to keep the troops calm and maybe the fans a little bit calm. Like, hey, you know, we're not worried about it. Like, either way, whatever they're going to choose, if Cam's going to play against Utah State or not, like, they probably feel good about either one. And if they do have to prep the whole week with Isaac Wilson, that's a way better situation than just throwing him in there because, like you said, that defense will basically keep that Utah State team to 0. I'm convinced. Like, they will.
And you know they will have a axe to grind with maybe the pig farmer. Like, not that there's anything personal vendetta, but just they'll make it a story. Like, they're gonna say, hey, like, you leave us, well, you're no longer part of this inner circle. We are going to make you feel our presence. Like, you just know they're not going to.
Well, there's a part 2 where you get a little bit disrespected, not because it's not like they chose this; it was the agreement that they had. But you know, Utah playing up at Maverick Stadium, that doesn't happen very often. So you know that type of a thing too, where you go in there and go, we'll disrespect you guys on your own turf if that's the way you want to do it. So that's next week, of course. That's Utah State. That'll be a fun one inside the state between the two fan bases. So we'll take another break. We'll come back. We have what next week's schedule will bring in the Big 12. Speaking of next week, let's jump right in. It's all brought to you by Macy's. Happy shopping. Mitch Harper, Alex Kirry, back right next. Stay with us.